Hi. Good morning, everyone. And let's have this time for our English 7. This is your presenter, Efren Sagansay of Capitan National High School. Oral and body language in communication is our lesson for today. We have to remember these. Use the appropriate oral language, stance, and behavior when giving information, instructions, making explanations, and narrating events in factual and personal recounts. And we have here our learning competency with code. Again, use the appropriate oral language, stance, and behavior when giving information, instructions, making explanations, and narrating events in factual and personal recounts as presented in our milk. What is the background information for the learners? Have you ever talked in front of a number of people to explain something or to give instructions? How did you feel? Were you able to convey your message clearly and confidently to your audience? Nahuya ka, nadlo ka, kulbaan ka, anong imo na ba check? When we use spoken words to express knowledge, feelings, and idea, that is oral language. We use words to translate our thoughts and emotions. When you say thoughts, what's in our mind? When you say emotion, what's in our heart? Whether you give information or instructions, make explanations, or narrate events based on facts or personal experiences, the following are ways to improve your verbal communication skills. How you speak before a crowd or many people or with audience. Speak with confidence. You can only speak with confidence if you know what you present, to make sure to do a research on your topic. So do not just stand there and present yourselves and speak without thinking about what to speak about. You have to research on your topic or be ready yourself. Next, vary your vocal tone. If you speak in a monotone voice, you will bore your audience. Vary the pitch of your voice. It's like in the intonation patterns. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 levels. So if you're sad, it's low. If you are happy, it's high. And if it's just the way it is, it's mediocre. To express emotion, vary the pitch of your voice. Use voice inflection if you want to emphasize a point. That's what I said about in the intonation pattern, the inflection. Get the attention of your audience through a lively way of speaking, not monotone. As we speak, we tend to move some parts of our body to emphasize our point. Some people lean forward, some stand or sit straight or slouch. Your stance or posture can greatly affect how people will perceive you as you speak. This is part of your body language. They'll know if you are confident or not. Body language is how your body communicates without the use of words. It refers to eye contact, facial expressions, head movements, hand gestures, and body posture. Let's come to the eye contact. Eye contact is when you look at your audience while you speak. What's the reason? Because they may not know if you're serious or not if you're looking at them. Another one is the facial expressions. How you look in front of your audience based on your face can affect how they perceive you. If you're nervous and cannot control it, Your fear often shows on your face. If you smile at them while you talk, they will think that you are happy talking. Here are the expressions, the different facial expressions. As you see, I know that you can identify yourselves on these. Where are you on these faces? The head movements. This is how you move your head as you face your audience. When you agree on something, you tend to nod your head. If you disagree, you shake your head. When you look up at the ceiling as you talk, your audience might think you're not interested in them because you look up at the ceiling rather than at them. There are speakers doing this. Here are the head movements. And these are exercises, but these can also be identified with people who speak before the audience. If you're shy, if you're confident, if you are not agreeable to what others are listening on you. We also have the hand gestures. There are people who move their hands a lot while they talk. And there are people who keep their hands still as they speak. It's not moving. So we have here the hand-drawn hands. Do you understand how these are interpreted? We have 8 hand gestures and signals that speaks on something. The body posture. How you stand or sit tells about your body posture. Do you stand or sit straight? Is your back rigid as you talk? Are your shoulders slouching? The following are the tips to project confidence through a positive body language. The pictures show how you should sit or stand. Move your hands and position your head and feet. So you have to set the example to watch also people speaking in front, on stage, on the platform, how they stand. And the right foot is set forward, and the left foot is the side. Here is the body posture. Okay. Have a positive posture. Stand or sit up straight with your shoulders back. Your arms are unfolded by your sides or in front of you. Don't put your hands in your pockets and do not slouch. Keep your head up. Have your head in an upright, level position. Don't lean too far or backward. You might look aggressive or arrogant if you do so. Next, practice and perfect your posture. Keep one foot slightly in front of the other as you stand in a relaxed manner with your weight distributed evenly. You might fall if you will not. Use open hand gestures. Keep your upper arms close to your body as you speak, while you spread your hands apart in front of you, with the palms facing slightly toward your audience. This means you are willing to communicate and share ideas with them. When something is delivered to the audience, they respond best when the presenter is energetic, whose movements are meaningful and supportive of the message. Simplicity of the words work well, or simplicity of the words work well too. Remember these simple tips when you are tasked to give information, instructions, make explanations, or narrate factual events or personal recounts. Okay, number 1, smile often. You can easily engage your audience when you smile rather than frown. Stand up, stand or sit straight. Don't slouch. Whether you sit or stand, pull your shoulders back, tuck your stomach in, and lift your chin up, which is the right position. On the left or on the right? Try to choose. Put space to good use. Move around naturally from one spot to another. Be facially expressive. What the audience see on your face will be how they perceive you. Show them they can trust you. Use facial expressions appropriately. Again, here are the pictures of the special facial expressions. Number 5, speak clearly and confidently. Practice your speech. Use simple words so your audience can understand you easily. Okay, what's this? Don't forget to breathe, pause, or stop between ideas through proper breathing. Face your audience, make eye contact, scan the crowd, and look at someone momentarily. Don't turn your back on them. Look at them. Point at your presentation slides. Don't forget to point at your visual aids if you have them. Let's see. Okay, that's the example. Practice. Okay, this is the 9th and the last points to consider in speaking. It always face forward to practice in front of a mirror or record yourself to see how you do. Constant practice gives room for improvement, but correct practice makes perfect. Let's go to the next one, giving information. We have the directions. These are tests, and you have to remember, do these activities in your home and prepare your video on these. Okay, you may choose one. Okay, this is the last, but you may choose one. Okay. Directions. You are tasked to give information about a local historical landmark or tourist spot in your community during the tourism month. You will give the information as a tourism ambassador of your community to a group of tourists who visit your place. Take note, a visitor will come in your place. What's the goal? Your goal is to give information about a local historical landmark or tourist spot in your community. What's your role? You are the tourism ambassador of your local community. Who are the audience? Your audience are a group of tourists on vacation. What's the situation? Your local government is promoting your community's tourism. A group of tourists visits your place to check on the historical sites and beautiful spots. What are the places that you think can be visited by the tourists in your area? So try to identify them and present to the tourists also. What are the product and performance? Prepare a 1-minute presentation that gives information on a historical site or a beautiful spot found in your local community, like in Bacolod, in Hinubaan, in Talisay, in Murcia. There are places that visitors can visit. First, what shall you do? Record your presentation for submission. What's this? Present a picture of the historical landmark or tourist spot. Next, using your picture of the historical landmark or tourist spot, point out what represents a point, line, and plane. That's connected with math. Standards, you will be evaluated based on the following. oral language, body language, organization of ideas. Okay. Making explanations, another one. If you do not like the first one, do the other. Directions. As a livelihood project chairman, you are tasked to promote the livelihood project of your community during the agro-industrial fair. We're not doing that in our class already in a school, but agro-industrial fair are celebrated in many places. What's the goal? Your goal is to explain to a group of investors the development of crafts in your local community using available local resources like pottery, weaving, jewelry, basketry, etc. And why it will be a good investment for them. So you have your resources, you have your materials on hand. What's the rule? The role? You are the chairman of the livelihood project in your own community. Who's the audience? Your audience are a group of investors from a big business company. What's the product and the performance? Prepare a 1-minute presentation that explains why the community crafts are ideal for investment, how they develop, the expertise of the locals, and the use of available resources. What are the resources in your area? You can use them. Okay? Identify them and try to invest on it. What shall you do? Record your presentation for submission. And now about the product and the performance. Present a picture of your community's local crafts, the locals that work on those, and the raw materials used. Find these people in pottery and basketry, in jewelry, they're doing it. In weaving. Next, show through pictures or explain briefly how the development of such crafts is related to the locals' expertise and availability of resources. Okay, that's connected to another subject. The standards. Again, you will be evaluated based on the following: your oral language, the body language, the organization of ideas. Next, the third one, narrating events in factual and personal recounts. You will be doing this as if you are a broadcaster. The direction. You are tasked to narrate events involving the role and contribution of a woman or women in your community towards equality, economic growth, and political rights. Oh, you are a politician. You are somebody who mediates with. Your goal is to narrate events that involve an important woman or women in your community that has or have contributed significantly towards equality, economic growth, and political rights. Okay, you are a politician, you are a Democrat, or whoever you are, a lawyer, or who. The role, you are the host of a TV program that promotes empowered women in your community. The audience, your audience are viewers of your TV station. Okay? As a broadcaster, you are meant to do many things. The situation. As a tribute for empowered women on Women's Month, a TV station will air an episode showcasing what a local woman or women in your community has or have done significantly contributes towards equality, economic growth, and political rights. What are the product and performance? Prepare a 1-minute presentation that narrates an incident where a local woman or women have done a significant contribution towards equality, economic growth, and political rights in your community. And the product or performance, as said earlier, you have to record your presentation for submission. Present a picture of the empowered woman or women. Highlight the role of women towards equality, economic growth, and political rights. That's the subject apparently Panlipunan. What are the standards again? You will be evaluated based on the following: oral language, body language, organization of ideas. And to top it all, you will be graded according to the criteria given in the rubric. The oral language, your body language. Most language skills applied effectively. So more language skills are applied effortlessly. Many language skills are applied effectively. Language skills are applied effectively. Okay. So these are the rubrics. You can read this by yourself for information, for support of the ideas presented. Okay? And to that, you have to remember that we have to use our body, your speaking language, your movements, your gestures, from your head to your body to your hands, without difficulty by practicing it. Okay? Good morning. God bless.